Yeah.
Well, let's get on the news. This first story, my sister actually sent it to me. It's from Mashable.com. I've never gone there, but Japan's robotic moon lander landed upside down.
That a baby.
So let me, oh, look at that.
Lead the way,
And
Japan.
Oh, yeah.
there they are, right? So the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency, NASA's Japanese space counterpart known as JAXA, released this image January 25th, 5 days after it descended onto the moon. Shortly after touchdown, the mission team for SLIM, which is short for Smart Lander for investigating the moon. It's not
How
a very
appropriate.
creative acronym.
How
And it's
appropriate.
not very smart, obviously. Um, a mission team for SLIM realized the spacecraft solar panels weren't making electricity because they were buried in the moon dust. Because of the lander's now apparent inverted position, its solar panels weren't oriented correctly to generate power. According to the space agency, the team elected to conserve power by shutting down the spacecraft about 2.5 hours after landing. What's perhaps as surprising as the photo of what's perhaps as surprising as it fell over. Well, let's read why it fell over. Slim lost the thrust of one of its two main engines shortly before the touchdown for unknown reasons and ended up drifting a few dozen meters away from the target. The lander safely stopped on a gentle slope but appeared toppled with an engine facing upward. So, how did they get those pictures? Well, right before it landed, two small rovers separated from the crewless mothership just prior to touchdown. The little robots called LEV-2 and LEV-1 were made with the help of Japanese toy maker Takara Tomy and are designed in a sphere shape that splits in half so that cameras are exposed which point both front and back. The bisections also become the rover's wheels. Now check this out. Those are the two little robots, or those are the robots. And
Damn,
they're the
that's
size
cool.
of a baseball.
They're
That's freaking
adorable.
cool.
So on the left is its travel config, and then it splits apart, and those two halves become the wheel.
Now that's
So-
pretty. That's pretty damn innovative.
I know
That's-
that's like the coolest
that's
part of this
freaking
whole
cool.
story.
That is cool.
The
Yeah, I want those to
company,
patrol my house.
what's that?
I want
Yeah.
those to patrol my house. If I could have a gang of those, just
Oh
patrol
yeah,
my
yeah,
house.
right. Just go back and forth. That'd be
That'd be
awesome.
dope.
Takara Tomy is perhaps most famous for originally creating the Transformers, the robots that can disguise themselves as machines. So it figures. I mean, they get that kind of technology. Like, hey, we'll do this for real.
So was
And-
this configuration based on not the freaking Autobots or some shit, but a toy at first? Since it was a toy.
I don't know.
concept?
I don't know, but if that was
That's
the
damn cool.
U.S. and we did that for us, oh, NASA would be making a mint off of those things right now.
That's
right?
freaking
No,
cool.
they'd be selling them like crazy, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I bet
You know,
that's
welcome
not.
to
That's
Cape
a small
Canaveral.
fortune.
Would you like a replica of our robot?
Burn, if it could patrol and then electrify and just tase whoever comes in, I'd be in. Like those little spiders in that way back in the day movie Runaway with Tom
I was thinking
Selleck.
Minority
You ever-
Report.
Oh,
Well, that's a good one.
no.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. That had the
Is it
guy
Tom
from Kiss
Selleck?
was in it, right? The lead singer from Kiss was in it.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, Gene Simmons was in it.
Yep.
And they had
Christy
the
Alley, Tom Selleck.
they had the homing bullets that would go around corners and shit.
That was a good movie.
What was the name of it?
Runaway.
And it had that
Runaway.
really hot actress in it. She was like a model.
It was
that
a
became
it was
an
a Michael
actress.
Crichton book.
Yeah.
I don't think I
she
saw
was,
that one.
She was smoking.
Cynthia Rhodes.
Oh, she was.
There
good
you
looking.
go, Marty. Cynthia Rhodes.
Thank you very much. That's quick.
Oh, I've
research.
seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
Your
Oh,
internet
I know
must be
you've seen
faster
it,
than
Eric.
Eric's.
Yeah, it just took me a while,
Yeah.
man. Very cool.
Eric
Uh,
might have abused himself to Cynthia Rhodes.
You just never can tell.
I just called it leg day.
You know
Well-
what? I'm in my basement. I'm entitled to do what I want to do.
You can
in
lick
my
the head up all you want.
That's
He
right.
had that.
baby.
He was
That's
propped
right.
up against his wall with his legs in a 90-degree angle as he was watching the movie, so he was getting
Look out.
double workout.
Send me
Inverted
something
like the
sexy.
Japanese space thing.
You send me something sexy, baby. I'm all over it, man. Come on.
I'm just kidding.
All right, the probe solar panels faced westward due to the displacement and could not immediately generate power. JAXA manually unplugged Slim's dying battery. But an update on January 29th, the Slim spacecraft has regained power. Its space agency said on Monday, more than a week after it achieved an unconventionally precise lunar landing. They thought the solar panels were at the wrong angle, but the probe, the sunlight changed direction, and so it was hitting the solar panels even though they were laying on the ground. So it got power back, and now they're back conducting experiments. So
Unconventionally precise.
yeah, they said it was unconventionally precise, even though it tumbled over.
Yeah,
It
what the
What
fuck
landed
was
within-
that? What was that SpaceX explosion called? Like
rapid,
deconstructive?
Yeah,
Like,
something like that. God, we should remember that
unscheduled
phrase.
rapid deconstruction.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. They did say this thing touched down approximately 10 meters from where they wanted it to. Even though it was on its head, it still came down precisely.
Hey, that's
Now,
cool.
the real story here is it was very windy in the sound studio that they used because they used the same sound studio that NASA used to fake the moon landing back.
Right.
And you remember how the flag was allegedly waving from the wind. That's what really happened.
Mhm.
That's right.
That's a good point.
I saw Capricorn 1. Did you ever see that old movie, Eric? Capricorn 1?
I did.
Where they faked it and the astronauts rebelled and then they had to hunt them down?
You guys are actually showing how old you are. Wow.
I
I've
saw
never
it as
seen
a
that.
kid.
Don't you worry.
I didn't take my date to it. I saw it as a kid.
Yeah. I got the second base during Capricorn 1.
Star
So
Wars.
I don't know how Japan is set up, but if that was here in the United States and the satellite suddenly got power back and they started doing experiment, you know the contractors would be going out of their mind because they're like, bonuses are back on the table, baby. Right?
It's
I don't know.
working.
I don't know if Japan is set up that way, but you know, whenever something goes wrong up there, that's where you just see the contractors just going nuts and like, we got to save this thing. We got to save this thing. Really? Why do you got to save this thing? I got a pool coming. If
Dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Pool.
I got a swimming pool.
That's right. God damn it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So all's well that ends well. Good job, Japan.